All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our special presentation of Up to Give. My name is Brandon Ivy, based out of Los Angeles, California. As a disclaimer, I am not the CEO of the company. I am not a co-owner. I am not a licensed financial advisor. I am simply one of you. I got a phone call a couple of months ago that said, Brandon, we are putting together a business and a company that is right up your field of expertise dealing with blockchain and cryptocurrency. Only our focus is going to be on education, philanthropy, and charity. And when I saw it for the first time, I didn't have a full grasp of what this was all about because they have a model of let's be different. And that's exactly what they are. Nothing has ever come like this. You see, at Up to Give, we have a strong moral, integral, and purpose-driven vision to change lives around the world through our ecosystem. We are standing on four pillars. The first is philanthropy. We are focused on creating a culture of worldwide giving. Education, reward those who give while teaching them the value behind growing personally. Banking, bank the unbanked through our giving. And personal causes, create a social revolution of stories with people whose needs have been met through the Up to Give community. We have built a model where people from around the world can come together, get educated, banked, and skilled on the principles of philanthropy and EQ, emotional intelligence, while creating a culture of global giving. During the education process, we will be teaching members how to utilize one of our tools for giving called the Giving Box. This will allow us to fulfill the purpose of our core principles, as well as help contribute to the stories being shared in our community to engage the social revolution part of our culture. Now, here are some examples of our target areas of focus. Education. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development found that 50% of U.S. adults can't read a book written at an 8th grade level. Lack of formal education results in lower earning power and serious threats to an individual's long-term well-being. Banking. Globally, about 1.7 billion adults remain unbanked without an account at a financial institution or through a mobile money provider. Health. Currently, nearly a billion people spend 10% of their household income or more on health expenses for themselves, a sick child, or another family member. In fact, we have some 3.8 billion people around the globe who lack access to basic health care, and this is on full display right now with coronavirus. We are seeing it not in just one country, but all over the world. Don't freeze up on me, computer. That's exactly what it is. Give me a second here. There we go. Get back to where we were. Sometimes technology has a mind of its own. Okay. And also housing. Currently, over 850 million people, more than the populations of the US and the European Union combined, are living in informal settlements. So, what is our ultimate goal? It's simply to empower you and people around the world to contribute toward anyone's cause in our ecosystem, whether it is to help achieve a goal that helps someone in your family, your church, your country, your community. It doesn't matter how big or small that vision or mission is. We will bring the nations together to help support those causes. And with our model being a model of philanthropy, we are confident that the Up to Give family will be there for you. Up to Give is a global correlation movement. So let's talk about one of the pillars that we're standing on. How does someone get educated in our ecosystem? Well, we partnered with a company called Success Training Institute. This institute offers cutting-edge soft skills training in audio and video format with skills you can improve in less than 10 minutes per day on leadership, customer service, professional development, personal development, sales, team building, HR management, management training, and much, much more. In fact, we even have additional training courses that you can get certified in that cover things like how to improve your brand, goal setting and time management, maintaining focus, empathy. And since we all are learning now how to do social distancing, how about social skills mastery? You see, these are soft skills that are not taught in school. And success leaves clues. You learn these skills, it will benefit you for the rest of your life in anything that you do. And we are offering it here as part of our ecosystem. I've spent 6 figures in my career to learn this type of stuff that you're going to get in our ecosystem. The second pillar that we're standing on is banking. 1.7 billion people in the world are currently unbanked, and if you don't have access to a bank account, you don't have access to get a line of credit, to have a checking or savings account, to be able to get a small personal or business loan so that you can buy or transfer wealth down through your family and your generations. See, we partner with a company called Ooh La La that's going to help you join the future of banking. Be the first to send and receive money for a fraction of the cost. Access microcredit offers from your favorite retailers. Pay bills with ease. Build credit. Enjoy online shopping and take charge of your financial future with our exclusive Ooh La La partnership without the need of having a bank account. Ooh La La is a full-service financial solution designed to empower communities. With Ooh La La, it's going to help you to facilitate and accelerate our financial inclusion with our blockchain-powered platform and app. You're going to be able to build a global credit score, access virtual and physical payment cards, secure transactions, personalized offers, bill payments, and more. And you can have microcredit offers that help you to build your credit history, empowering the unbanked and underbanked community. Ooh La La's mission is to offer inexpensive financial services to this demographic, help establish a credit score, which will enable you to participate in the informal or formal financial economy. Another pillar that we're standing on is personal causes. See, with Up to Give, we're providing you an ecosystem that's going to allow you to share your cause with people from all over the world. On our website, you'll be able to create a blog, have a title for your cause, and your cause could be anything from you're trying to get yourself out of debt, to being able to buy a new home, to be able to help your kids go through school. It could be because of the coronavirus that you're not able to go to work, so you're just trying to buy food and groceries. The bills don't stop. How about if you're tied and affiliated to a church and because of social distancing, nobody can go to church on Sundays and Wednesdays or Saturdays. So you can't tithe and you can't donate. So you want to raise funds for a church or a ministry or a nonprofit. It doesn't matter what your cause is, it is your cause. Here's an example of one. I may have Alzheimer's, but I'm still NITSA. A cause for my mother and Alzheimer's patients with aggressive behaviors that don't fit in. So when you set up this cause, you'll be able to upload a picture, have a description of what this cause is all about, and when somebody comes to this page, they've got two options. The first option is they can support this cause and join the community and create a cause of their own that they would like to receive help for. Or they can be part of the story, contribute to this cause without actually joining, and there will be a Bitcoin address that they can send the Bitcoin to. Another thing that we have is what's called community causes page on our website. When somebody comes to our website, they can see and visit and view every single cause all of our members have written up. Every single one. So you may have people that's going through all the causes. They may come across yours. You don't know them, but your cause touched their heart. And they decide to contribute to your cause. That's what this ecosystem is all about. Now, how does someone get started? Well, you're going to set up an account at uptogive.com, so get back to the person who invited you. You're going to upload a Bitcoin wallet. Everything that we do is in Bitcoin. And you're going to share your story just like the one I just showed. We want to let everyone know that there is purpose and hope when people correlate with a cause and a purpose. Now, let's talk about the sign-up process and experience. Let's say you're Maria in California, and she shares her link with John. The moment John clicks on her link, the first thing he's going to see is her story. Once John reads her story, and John's in London, a message will pop up saying, John, would you like to be part of Maria's journey? Click here. Once John has clicked to join, the system will take him to the registration page where he can add his basic information. Now let's talk about John's experience. John now has 14 days free in the Up to Give community. Now, what does this mean? John has the opportunity to experience our back office and ecosystem. John can take the sample courses we have available on our Up to Give Academy portal. And someone asked about that. Yes, you can take sample courses without being a paid member. John has enough time to decide to become a member or simply contribute to Maria's cause, because you have the option to simply contribute and not join the community. Now let's assume that John decides to join Maria's journey. John has before the 14th day midnight to pay a $32 member fee in Bitcoin for the activation of his education program at the Up to Give Academy. He's going to be able to create a story page like the one we showed, have a user link to share it, and the moment he contributes to Up to Give causes during that same period of time, he becomes a ground zero member of the Giving Box. Now, the more people who contribute to each other, the more we will contribute back as well. Our contributing happens in stages. Let's talk about stage 3 of the Giving Box. When you complete this stage, Up to Give is going to give you a debit card so that you can start monetizing the Bitcoin that you've been given through our ecosystem. This is our partnership with Ooh La La. With this step of philanthropy, we will start to help change the banking crisis in the world where so many people lack the opportunity to own a debit card. Also, we will make the service available for purchase if you choose not to wait to get it for free on stage 3 for a small setup fee. When you complete stage 4, you will have the option of choosing from 12 different cause-driven programs. Once you have made the choice, you will follow all the steps in your back office and a liaison will be assigned to you, and you will work together for approximately 45 days to create a story out of that cause, which we will then go viral with it. Up to Give will contribute on your behalf for reaching stage 4, a maximum of $1,500 to the cause fulfilling our social revolution part of our 4 pillars. When you complete stage 5, Up to Give is going to reward you with an all-expense paid trip to a recognition event where top speakers from around the world are going to come to teach about leadership, philanthropy, finance, personal development, and charitable causes. And when you complete stage 6, Up to Give is going to reward you with, require you to give 12.5% back to the community and the ecosystem. Stage 6 in the Giving Box is the most critical stage due to the amount of contributions given to your cause. We will require you to be walking hand in hand with the Up to Give founding team to ensure that we maximize your giving potential. So how does Up to Give strive to be compliant? Well, number one, we do not touch the Bitcoin of anybody. How many times have you seen companies out there that say, give us all your Bitcoin? You can't withdraw for 8 months, but we're gonna trade it on your behalf. And we guarantee you, you're gonna make 1 to 2% a day on your money. And it sounds good until the owners run off with everybody's Bitcoin before you have a chance to withdraw. We're all tired of those scams. See, Up to Give does not touch your Bitcoin. The giving is peer-to-peer. If you don't understand what that means, have you ever ridden in an Uber or a Lyft before? That vehicle is not owned by a taxi company. It's owned by somebody else. Have you ever stayed in an Airbnb? That property is not owned by a hotel chain. It's owned by somebody else. We're taking advantage of the fastest financial revolution the world has ever seen, called cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. 3 reasons why. Number one, it is decentralized. It is not owned by a business, a government, a bank, or a CEO. It cannot be manipulated. It is open source. Number 2 is universal in value. We are a worldwide business with members from over 50 countries. 1 Bitcoin in Japan is worth 1 Bitcoin in the United States. Universal globally. And number 3 is permissionless. You don't need Western Union and Bank Wire or a bank to be able to send Bitcoin anywhere. You can send as much Bitcoin as you want anywhere around the world, like sending an email with no restrictions with a small minimum fee. I just read an article the other day, $360 million worth of coins was moved around. And you know what the cost was? 36 cents. That blew my mind when I saw that. 36 cents to move that amount of money. The only thing that Up to Give gets is $32 that goes toward your membership for Success Training Institute, soft skills. And by the way, by being a member of Up to Give, you're getting that at more than half off of original price if you went directly through the Success Training Institute. Number 2, Up to Give is a major contributor in collective causes, and you will start seeing more of this within the next 60 days because of our stage 4. And number 3, Up to Give is a giving model that even for nonprofit identities, such as churches, is presented as a revolution of offerings in the ministry. The more they give each other, the more they receive. So what do you receive for the $32 per month? An entire ecosystem that will allow you to share your story to the world through our uptogive.com blog. Access to our global education community at the Up to Give Academy. Access to Bank the Unbanked with our partner Ooh La La. Access to the Giving Box, which allows you to be part of our community blog, and social revolution stories that are inspired by the members' philanthropical culture and cause-driven movement, and rewards for giving back to the community and their causes, which allows Up to Give to partner with you and create stories of our own when you start reaching stage 4 and above. Now, I like to tell you the cost up front. $32 a month comes out to a little over 380 something dollars a year. Show me a business out there with less than $500 that you have access to Success Training Institute with soft skills learning. Ooh la la, the future of banking. The giving box in our personal causes that allows you to receive contributions from anywhere around the world. And the giving box that's gonna really, when I show this right now, can change your life. Now that I tell you what the cost is, let me show you the reward. How does the contributing actually work? Let's talk about the giving box. Remember John? John contributed to Up to Give causes 0.005 Bitcoin. Now he got started. He created his cause. He paid his $32. Now he's going to contribute. And for the sake of translation for value, we're going to assume Bitcoin is worth $10,000 a coin. So I can speak in dollars so you understand. 0.005 would be 50 US dollars. He's going to share this with two individuals, Jorge and Rita, who do the same exact thing. John is now going to receive 0.01 Bitcoin. I need to edit this because things have changed since yesterday. But he's still going to receive 0.01 Bitcoin, meaning $100, from sharing this with two people. That's considered as ground zero. If John wants to continue contributing and receiving, he will then contribute 0.01, that $100 of a Bitcoin, up to the people that Up to Give chooses to continue paying it forward to. This is done by system algorithm, which will allow John to start receiving contributions from his stage 1 community members. Now let's talk about the ground zero community structure. The entire ground zero global community, in fact, the entire global community of Up to Give, will be structured in one community support line of giving, one after the other, to ensure that everyone receives some form of contribution for their cause. Now, we've had major announcement yesterday, and so I'm using you guys as guinea pigs as I'm practicing how the new presentation is going to work when we add the new slides. So just bear with me on this. So for the sake of those who have not heard, we want to honor all of the leaders that have stuck the course and paid the price with us to succeed with Up to Give. And by doing so, here's what's going to happen. Starting on the next reset, April 15th, next Wednesday, because we reset every 30 days, you're no longer going to have to have any requirements to qualify through stages 3 in the giving box, with the exception of just having your two personals in ground zero. The community will work together in the linear program to help everyone advance. Once you get to stage 5, all you need is to help one of your two personals that gets qualified all the way through stage 3 and contributes to stage 4, so you qualify for stage 5. Stage 6 works the same way. You need to have at least one of your personals that receives all contributions in stage 4. They contribute to stage 5. And also you've shared with at least one more person, a third individual. This month has been a record-breaking month, and to honor the work of the community, all the stage advancements this month, we will not be resetting the giving box until May 15th. So this gives you time to continue to growing your business and your organization to get to the higher stages before we reset. And important to note, do not confuse the monthly $32 ecosystem fee with the giving box. That still needs to be contributed on or before the 15th, starting April 10th. And this is the last time you're going to see this slide. I just want to make sure I have it on record and recorded that we're getting it out there in this type of a presentation. We'll go over more of this in detail on our Saturday presentations as part training. So here's how the global community line works. On ground zero, when you pay your $32 and you write your cause, you're in the company ecosystem, but you're not part of ground zero. You're not part of that until you contribute 0.005. That's going to go to support causes for those that are there before you. Now, anybody that enters ground zero after you is going to be in the global community line right below you. So let me show you what happens to move to stage one. You're going to receive $100 worth of Bitcoin from two contributions. So you're going to receive two contributions of 0.005. You're going to contribute that $100 and move to stage one. Stage one works just like ground zero. The moment you get to that stage, you enter the global community line. Anybody that hits that stage after you from anywhere around the world, it doesn't matter if you shared it with them or somebody else in a different country, they're going to be part of your global community line. You're qualified to receive up to 0.02, $200 worth of Bitcoin. To maximize that, to get that fully, you must have 40 individuals in the global community line after you. You contribute half of that back, 0.01 Bitcoin. That moves you to stage two. Stage two, you're qualified to receive up to 0.04 Bitcoin, $400 worth of Bitcoin. To qualify to receive all of that, you must have 80 individuals in the global community line on stage two after you. You're going to contribute half of that back. That now moves you to stage three. Stage three, you're qualified to receive 0.16 Bitcoin, $1,600 worth of Bitcoin. To be fully qualified to receive that, you must have 128 individuals on stage three in the global community line after you. This isn't you getting 128. This isn't your team getting 128. This is the entire company. Here, timing and positioning is everything. Now, let's stop right there for a second. All you have to do to qualify is have two personals that have contributed to ground zero. What does this add up to? After all contributions of 0.01, 0.02, and 0.05, you're left with 0.69, I'm sorry, not 69, 0.14 Bitcoin to stage three. 0.14. The system's going to reset every 60 days, which means you're left with around 0.34 plus Bitcoin every single month. If Bitcoin is at $10,000 a coin, I'm sorry, I'm going by the 0.69 again, you're left with $700 worth of Bitcoin every single month. I'm jumping ahead. Stay with stage three here. I want to prove a point. All you did was share with two individuals who contributed to ground zero. You went through stage three by having 128 members in the global community line after you. And now you have $700 a month worth of Bitcoin hitting your wallet. Would that make a difference? Let's just go one more stage to stage four. You're qualified to receive up to 0.8 Bitcoin. To do that, you need to have 256 individuals in the global community line on stage four after you. 256. Now you take away the 0.25 Bitcoin that you're going to contribute, and by this time, the system will be doing that automatically on your behalf from stage 3 through 6. The system will do that for you. Ground zero, stage 1, stage 2, you manually do that in your back office. You're left with stages 1 through 4, with only having shared with 2 people, but you've met the qualifications because of the global community line, with 0.69 Bitcoin every 60 days, which leaves you for around $3,400 a month in contributions. Could that help anybody out? That's a full-time income for a lot of people. A little more than $40,000 a month. I'm sorry, a year. $40,000 a year. All you did was shared with 2 people, and you were blessed with the global community line that did the rest. Now it changes once you get to stage 5. Because to be on stage 5, not only are you contributing 0.25 from stage 4, but you have now helped other people along the way as well. You have one individual that you've helped to receive all contributions from stage 3, and another that's contributing into stage 4. Now at stage 5, you're qualified to receive up to 8 Bitcoin. 8 Bitcoin. But you need to have 640 individuals that also reach stage 5 in the global community line right after you. You're going to contribute 1 whole Bitcoin. Stage 6, you're qualified to receive up to 64 Bitcoin. 64 Bitcoin. You're going to contribute 12.5% back to the community and the ecosystem. Now, I'm not even going to tell you in dollars what that is. You can do the math. But how much you receive on that, that's not what impresses me. What impresses me is that the stage 6 individuals are contributing around more than $50,000 a month to charitable causes. $50,000. You must have 1,024 individuals that reach stage 6 in the entire global community line to be able to receive all those contributions. This is just mind-boggling. This is just fantastic. Now, again, to be qualified to receive all contributions, you must have at least 2 personals qualified on ground zero, 1 more if you want to be 5 and 6, and you help 2 individuals once you get to 5 and 6 to start moving up through the stages. Now, that is the presentation, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. Get back to the person who invited you, and you've got 2 choices to make. Choice number 1, I'm in. Where do I sign up? Great. Let's get you signed up. Let's get your cause written. Let's get you started and ready to go. Or you have choice number 2. Thank you, Brandon, but this is not for me. That's okay. I understand it's not for everybody. But at least do the person who invited you a favor and contribute to their cause. At least do that. Contribute to their cause. Help them out. And normally, this is what I would say under normal circumstances. Please find something else, a plan B. Why? Because under normal circumstances, you will go to sleep tonight, wake up tomorrow on Thursday morning, and if you're in California, it's rainy and gloomy. Before the sun comes up, to drive in rush hour traffic, to rush off to a job you don't like, to work with people you can't stand, to eat lunch at 12 when you're hungry at 11, to ask for permission to go to the bathroom like you're a child, to beg for a Christmas raise and bonus every year because you haven't gotten one in 5 years. And if you're lucky not to get fired or laid off, you work for that same job for 40 years to retire broke, depending on family, government, and friends by the age of 65. 2008 wiped out our savings, our 401ks. You got a double mortgage on your home, and you're reaching retirement age and don't know what to do. And that was the best of circumstances. Why do I say that? Because we live in a different world today. Coronavirus has changed the game. 97% of all Americans are being asked to stay home. Only essential workers are allowed to go to work. So even those essential workers have a choice. Stay home and be broke, or go to work and risk getting the coronavirus that can kill me. What a choice. Because the bills don't care that coronavirus is here. And the best case scenario people have is waiting on a stimulus check from the federal government. That's only $2,400 for a couple one time. Why do I choose Up to Give? Up to Give is able to provide that stimulus package every single month for those who are willing to go to work for it. And you can do it by working from home. No exposure to coronavirus, and still being able to receive a full-time income if you put your head down and go to work. But if you still choose not this, then please choose something else. Do something. You must have a plan B. As a disclaimer, this is a brand new opportunity with minimal data. We strive to be compliant and legal, so we allow no income claims. And your success depends on you. Even though we're all for philanthropy and charity, we are not offering welfare. You've got to go to work. It can't just be handed it to you. But those of you who do go to work will receive huge rewards. And we've just made it so much easier that you only need to share it with 2. to have the potential to earn more than $3,400 on a monthly basis. So with that, thank you guys for joining us tonight. I will be back doing 2 presentations tomorrow. Our international presentation tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. 12 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. And then we're doing it again at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific tomorrow. So you don't have to explain this to anybody. All you have to do is invite others. Dr. Alberto, since I do have you on, you know I got to call on you. Go ahead and share a couple of words and you can close us out.
I'm going to share something that you shared earlier today in our call. You spoke about the crossroads of the new world that we are in. And during these times, I don't have to tell you what's going on around the world. The number 14.5 billion is a significant number. And I don't know how many of you are familiar with that number. Brandon, can you tell them what 14.5 billion people signifies?
Well, it's more 14.5 billion searches.
Correct.
14.5 billion searches on Google right now within the past week of people looking for work at home opportunities.
That is significant, guys. I was watching Sunday News, and I pretty much scour and record and watch just about every station. I did look at the World News, the BBC, and everything else, and it was a frightening number that came to mind here in the U.S. And that number was 47 million. We have over 10 million people right now who have filed unemployment, and the projections are that if things continue here in the United States the way they are, the potential exists that 47 million people can file for unemployment. Up to Give provides an opportunity of a global relief solution for many people around the world for just $32. Some countries are not providing governments assistance for their citizens. It's just one of those situations. I was pleased because I had a friend of mine sharing information from a company she's involved with. They came out with $1 million stimulus plan. Company's been around for a year, and I was excited for any company that's doing that to help anyone around the world. The challenge is they're only offering it for 1 month. 1 month. So if you're able to help people during that month, that's great. Up to Give does it month in, month out. It does not stop. One of the beautiful things about members, and I'm really proud to be able to be one to say this, we've partnered with a philanthropy company that when we at least reach stage 3, we've already contributed and blessed over 30 different causes around the world. We're blessed by blessing others here in Up to Give. It's a spirit of philanthropy, and it's working every single day. Many of you on this call, you know it to be true. From the point you start at ground zero and you start contributing, you bless 2 causes right there and then more. So we're going to bless significant amount. The goal, as Brandon shared, is for us to be able to have that opportunity to say, there's $50,000 a month that I'm contributing to global causes around the world. Some of us may not go as far as stage 6 and say we want to do that, but imagine just $10,000 a month in contributions globally, what that will make. Now, to say that is to say that you yourself will be blessed by blessing others. When it comes to ministries, because I deal with ministries and pastors on a regular basis, and we're going to have some Zoom calls starting next week, explicitly and specifically for those individuals, because their doors are closed. They have mortgages and rents. Their congregations and their flocks are hurting, and they've asked me what can Up to Give do to offer them a solution, so we created something special for them. So I want to thank the new members, because I know there's some new guests that are on here today, because whoever invited you here today really cares about you and your family. They want to make sure that you have hope and you have something that's going to offer you a solution beyond what may not be available right now. To relieve the uncertainty and the fear that you may be experiencing, I want to thank people from all over the world, including those members in Asia, because we have the Taiwan, we have South Korea, China, and Japan who are on with us here as well. We have the individuals in Sweden, and I know it's like mid-morning for them there to join us here today. Thank each and every one of you for having the spirit and the belief that you have, and that's most important. Thank you, Brandon Ivory, for the amazing presentation that you always do. Join us on our Telegram channel, our Facebook groups. Stay plugged in so that you can help others as well. This is Dr. Alberto Alexander. I wish you an abundantly blessed and safe evening and day for yourselves and your family. Brandon, you can close us out.
Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow on our presentations. Thank you, Dr. Alberto Alexander, and welcome aboard all the brand new members. We are just getting started. God bless. Good night. Bye-bye.